Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Let me get this off the screen for you guys right quick. Let's see. How's everybody doing? So I just wanted to come on here real quick. If you saw the title, I just wanted to talk about what you're doing wrong with your protective styles and why you're not retaining the length when you're wearing your hair in protective styles. And in case anybody's asking, like, okay, what is a protective style, or what do you mean by that? I'm talking about a lot of either your crochet weaves, your twists, your updos, your natural hairstyles, things like this of this nature, to where you have your twisted updos, you have your buns, you have your crochet weaves, you have your sew-ins, and different things of that nature. So I just wanted to talk about that because even with some of my clients, new and old, when we talk about things, or a lot of new clients, they realize that they've been doing things all wrong. And while I'm going through this, you'll see that I'm looking to the side and I'm just making sure so I can see all the comments. But if you have questions, please feel free to pop them in, and I'll get to those as well. But what I want to talk about with that is, and if you saw it on the news, let me say this. First, thank you for the love and the support. I love the outpour of love I had. That was like, y'all got me right here. Y'all got me right here. So I just want to say thank you for that. But I kind of wanted to piggyback on some of the things that we talked about that I talked about in that segment. And one of the big things is the protective styles, because of course it is cooler outside. And if you're in Oklahoma, you know the weather has been going up and down, up and down. And so not only is our hair dry, our skin is dry, and we're dealing with all of these different issues. So let's just go ahead and jump right in, shall we? Right. Okay. So, wait, somebody already popping in with a question. How important are protective styles? I don't ever really wear them. Well, here's the thing. I'll tell you. And this is Ebony. I always ask when new clients come in, I always ask them, one, what is their objective? What is their goal? Are you wanting to grow hair and have long hair, or do you just want to wear your hair free? I personally think that protective styles is one of the most, like in the top 5 things with wearing natural hair if you're wanting long, healthy, natural hair. One, because you definitely minimize manipulation with natural hair, and because our hair curls and do all these different things, the more you're into it and the more you're going through it, you're causing manipulation, dryness, and breakage. So protective styles are a very, very important thing. And I tell people you can You can bounce back and forth. Like if you like wearing your hair out, if you like wearing your hair straight, it just depends. Like tell me how do you normally wear your hair? But for people who like to wear their afros or their twist outs and different things like that, I generally tell them at least wear your hair in the twist for the week, and then on the weekend wear your hair out, or just kind of switch up the days and the times. I generally wear my hair put up about 80 to 90% of the year. One, because of the time, and two, it just keeps me from having my hands in it, and keeps it away from manipulation. So, going into that again, like I said, your twist updos, your crochets, your sew-ins, what I tend to find out is that a lot of people, especially people that don't know anything about hair, don't want to deal with it, or they even rather go to someone else to do it. What generally happens is that's a comfortable thing. They know that all I have to do is take off or put my scarf on at night, take it off in the morning, and go on about my day. And that's just that's it. And so here's the thing, and this is what I tell all of my clients, especially and the ones that have been there for long periods of time, they know the regimen. One, you still have to have a regimen. And so the thing with it is if you're wearing your hair in these protective styles, your twists, your crochets, or what have you, you still need to hydrate that hair. And one of the best hydrating hairs, hi Mary, is the Misty Day Moisturizing Mist. This right here. One, because it does not create buildup. It does not have residue. It's light enough to use every day, but it will keep your hair hydrated while your hair is in those protective styles. And that is a big, important factor. And let me tell you why. So right now my hair is in a crochet. And I'm like, let me see if I can show you. So you can see I'm still able to get to my scalp. I'm still able to get to where my hair is braided down at. So here's the thing. This is a synthetic fiber. When you wear individual braids, that is a synthetic fiber. When you wear box braids, that is a synthetic fiber. When you even have the sew-ins, you have that cotton that's the thread. That dries out the hair. And so if you don't go in and hydrate that, think about all the times, even with my hair being in a crochet, I move it around. I switch up how I do my style. Maybe I want to do a part in the middle. Maybe I want it to be just wild. I'm still moving it around. Now, although I'm not manipulating it as much as I would have my hair been out and exposed, I'm still moving it around, which means my hair underneath is moving around as well. And the analogy that I always most common give is taking a leaf off of a tree. So when you first take that leaf off of a tree, it's hydrated, it has all of the nutrients and all of that, so it's more pliable. But as you go on days without that leaf being attached to that tree where it's getting the water and all of the things that it needs, it becomes very dry and it breaks. It gets brittle and it just crumbles in your hand. And that is very much like your hair. This is a synthetic fiber, and so when you also have the twists and the braids and different things like that, that is pulling the moisture out of your hair. So imagine if, you got your hair done and let's say for 2, 3, 4 weeks or whatever, however long you've had that style, especially for the styles that last you about 2 months, like your crochets and your box braids and all of that. What would happen if you put no more moisture in it from what was put in there when it was initially done, right? It's dry. And so the more that you're moving that, the more it's dry, it's causing friction and dryness and breakage. And so it is a very, very, very important thing to make sure that you are hydrating your hair while it is in these protective styles. And I love the crochet weave, one, because I can still get to my scalp. One, I can still get to my hair and I can hydrate it, right? So that is a very important factor when wearing those styles. And what I notice is that, like I said, a lot of people, they are putting their scarves or their bonnets on and they're doing nothing else. And so it's very important to make sure that you are hydrating your hair while it's in these styles, to keep it hydrated. So when you take your hair out of these styles, or even when you take your hair down from your twisted updos, your hair should still feel very supple and very moist, okay? Okay, so Ebony asked a question. You always wear wash and go. Love it because I'm in the gym all the time. I rinse my hair every morning to get the sweat out of my hair. My hair grows super fast and it's long until I find a style. Until I find a style. I cannot live with that length. Has never been a goal. Just want it healthy. Okay, so me as well, Ebony, when I do wear my hair out, a lot of the times you will see my hair is in a wash and go. Here is the thing. When your hair is out, especially in a wash and go, you've defined the curl so it's in its curly state. And with that, it is the same thing. The elements, it's in the air. And especially right now with this weather up and down and the cold and the dryness in the air, you must hydrate that. Now, here's the other thing with that. With you wearing your hair in your wash and goes, it is still getting manipulations. If you wear, it's okay, Ebony, you're fine. This comes natural to me. So if you are wearing a wash and go, and depending if you're wearing sweaters and coats, and I talked about this, I think, a couple of months ago before we really got into these harsh weathers, that's cotton or that's wool or whatever it is, and it rubs against that. So if you were to take your hair and wash it and even blow dry it out and look at your ends, you want to look at your ends and see if your ends are frayed, if your ends are splitting, and you may have long hair. But then the thing to really know if it's healthy is once you blow dry that hair out or even pull that hair out, is your hair, and I'm going to see, I think I may have a picture where you can look at it as well. With that hair, is it frayed at the ends? Or another thing is that once you get down to the ends, you have about from your root to the middle or part of it or whatever, it's full all the way through. But then when you get kind of inch, 2 inch, 3 inches up down to your ends, it's very see-through. 9 times out of 10, what has happened is that you've incurred split ends and it's caused breakage. And it's just traveling up the strand. So with wearing wash and goes, one of my, or a few recommendations that I have to you is that every single time you wash your hair, you want to make sure that you are deep conditioning your hair. You need to put moisture back in your hair because it's out and it's exposed. And so it's drying out. So moisture is a very important thing, and deep conditioning is a very important thing. So along with that, being healthy, you can have long hair right now. But you want, like I said, you want to look at how much of that hair is healthy. And even with that, just not have manipulation, because wash and go, again, like I said, it's in its natural curls and its texture. So we're still manipulating, because when you wake up in the morning, you're fluffing it out from you sleeping on it and it's going, it being flat. So that's one of the things. And with that, just to kind of make sure that you're not just making your ends rubbish, even if, as it gets older, because I work out as well. I work out 6 days a week. And so I completely get that and I completely understand. And it is a great hairstyle for people that do work out. But even as it's getting older or what have you, if you pull it up and kind of just put it in a loose bun or a pineapple method, and try not to have your hands in it so much and try not to just have it out. But a loose bun would be a great styling option as well with your wash and go, so that your ends are not so exposed. And let me know if that helped you. Thank you, Sharika. Why when I re-moisturize my hair and the following day it feels dry and rough? What style is your hair in? And that's why I say hydrating is very key and important daily. You want to hydrate, because even your hair is out when you go to work, when you wake up, and you're still out in the elements. And if you're out in the cold and that cold, dry air blowing into your hair. Another big thing, and I did this in a video when I did the winter series video, is that one of the things that I noticed that people don't know, and I have 2 clients and they know who they are, but they come in with their little cotton and wool hats, and I just want to fight them, but I'm loving and I'm sweet, so I'm not going to do that. But what happens is they are putting these cotton and these wool hats over the hair, and when they're pulling, you can see as you pull the hat off that it's just snagging the hair. So if you're wearing a hat, again, but like I said, because it's cool, and I know you're in another state, Wanda, but if you're wearing a hat that is cotton or wool or anything like that, it dries the hair out tremendously. If you sleep on cotton pillowcases and you don't wear a scarf or a bonnet, if you look at your pillowcase, a lot of times you will notice that you have oil stains. And let me know if this has been anybody, if this is you, if you've noticed like the oil stains on your pillowcases. What that is that cotton is pulling the moisture out of your hair, and it's pulling all the oils and everything, because cotton sucks it up, it absorbs. So it's the same thing with wearing a hat. So what I recommend to you, Wanda, is that you can wear your hats, and anybody can wear their hats. But what I recommend is that you have a satin bonnet. Put that satin bonnet over your hair before you put that hat onto your hair, and that will protect it from that rubbing and that drying out of the hair. The same thing as well, Ebony, and anybody that might even wear their hair in a silk press, because in the cooler weathers, most naturals tend to wear their hair in silk presses. I did this, and I don't have it around here with me, but I did this again, like I said, in the winter series video, to where I would tell people to wear, put a satin scarf around their collar area where their hair would rub, and even you can put it on the back of your car seat, the headrest part, so that it's not rubbing as well on that. Got it. What were you saying yes to, Wanda? Were you wear a hat? Let me know. Whole back of my head is shaved for that reason, and because it's thick and because my hair is almost wet. Yeah, so about the breakage. There are a lot of different styles, and I know that you feel like the wash and go Ebony is easier for you, less maintenance, but there are a lot of simple styles that you can do that will still maintain through your working out, that will prevent, 1, that dryness, and 2, that will prevent a lot of that breakage. You shouldn't have to shave it to keep that to keep that down. The high BFF, thank you. So Ebony says mine has satin sewn it. Exactly, yeah. And so Izzy and live, and there's also another one. The name starts with a G. I can't think of it, but they have the hats and all of that has the satin sewn inside of it. But it's a very thing. You have oil on your pillow, yeah, Wanda. So that's what's happening, and it's the same thing as if you're wearing hats or putting your hoods on from your coat. It's drying that out, and especially if you're in an area or a climate where it's very dry, or like I said, here in Oklahoma, it's dry, then, it's hot, then it's cold, then it's hot, then it's cold. And then you're coming in and out, with the heat. And then it's just a very drying time, not just for our hair, but also our skin. Another big thing too that, I realized is that, so now we've gotten past that needing to hydrate the hair. And so let me do this right quick. So if you wear your hair in a crochet style, it is very easy for you to go in between where your braids and things are and spray with a moisturizer. Spray. You do not, this is synthetic. This ain't growing no longer than what it is. It ain't getting no better than what it is right now. This don't need, other than your styling it and trimming it and keeping it cute and fresh. It don't need your good products though, okay? Unless you're just gonna put a little something on it to give it the shine, you can use the coconut oil glaze for that. But the moisture, it does not need that. Make sure that you're just spraying that on your scalp and onto the braids. And again, like I know another thing with us, we are so heavy-handed with product, and that's why I'm going to go into the next thing as well. It does not take a whole lot. A little goes a long way if you're doing it right and if you're doing it consistently. So, yes, Candy, I always work. But the next thing is if you have a sew-in, I know it's harder, and I have something for y'all coming up. Y'all wait, just give me like a month or so, just a month. But I have something for that because I know it's very hard to get into the sew-in and keep your hair hydrated without also disturbing, the straight head, the straight weave, or the whatever, however especially if you wear a silky or straight weave, it's hard to get into there, in between the tracks and the braids and things like that. But if you can, like I say, just spray, but just give me like a month and I got you. Don't even worry. If you're wearing your box braids or your individual twist, your spring twist, your passion twist, again, you want to spray from where the root of your hair is down to where your hair stops. Again, that synthetic hair, it ain't getting no better than what it is. You listen, don't even worry about all that. Just do from your roots to the tip to where your hair starts and stops, right? And that's it. And you want to do that. It is very important that you do that daily, especially if you have a synthetic fiber in your hair, especially if you have sewing, because the threading is cotton, and just the weft of the hair. The next thing is is that I love y'all. Y'all my people. Y'all know I love y'all. Okay. So know that when I say this and we talk about this is from a pure place of love. Okay. Pure place of love. Listen. Okay. Peoples, listen. So this is the castor oil and rosemary. And I have a lighter oil that can be used as well. But let me tell y'all what people do. Let me tell y'all what y'all do. Okay. Y'all see this little nozzle top? Y'all asked for it, so I gave y'all this nozzle top. And what y'all do is y'all twist this open all the way. And y'all just back like you sitting between your big mama's legs and she oiling and greasing that scalp. And y'all just letting it drizzle. Y'all getting all the best of it. And you going through this bottle that should last you a couple of months in a week or two. Stop. Okay. It is not necessary to go through this that much. One, the best way to do this, because you can do too much. You can clog your pores. You can suffocate your pores too much. So the best thing, and this is again, I tell all my clients and anybody that gets on the videos, they've heard this information before. The best thing to do is to pour it in the palm of your hand, like so. And castor oil is a very, very heavy oil. So, some people's complaints would be, I don't want to do that because it'd be rubbing down my face. Yes, I'm sure, especially in the summertime, you looking like a grease bucket because all the oil that you didn't squeeze and squoze up in your scalp is drooling down, it's just drizzling down because it didn't got warm, and now it's just sliding down your face. And I've seen them too in the gym when they didn't got to working out and that heat arises from that scalp. And that that's not cute. That's too much. And you don't want to have breakouts all up around out here. Okay. So the best thing to do is to pour it into the palm of your hand like so. And and you're going to dab the pads of your fingers in it, right? And then you're going to rub your fingers together, and you are literally just going to massage it in your scalp. Whatever is left on the palm of your hand, rub that over your hair. And you're going to do that every 2 to 3 days. You do not need to do it every day. We naturally produce our own sebum. We naturally produce our own oil. So it's not necessary for you to do that every day, especially with an oil as heavy as castor oil. Now, there are other oils that are close to our natural sebum, the oils that we produce, which is a jojoba oil. There are some that are much lighter, like your grape seeds and your almond oils and your avocado oils. Those are much lighter oils as well. But still, even with them being lighter oils, you do not want to just pour and pour and pour. No, you still want to go through the same method, right? Let's see. My protective styles are always braids or twists. Scared of crochet styles. Crochet is for clothes, not hair. No, Ebony. Crochet is actually, and I get it, you know, especially if you're not familiar or if you've had a bad experience. Trust me, I understand and I completely get it. Crochet styles, and they've come a long way, but crochet styles, when done properly and when done correctly, and I've been wearing them for years, is actually really good. The reason why is because your hair is braided down to your scalp and this hair is looped in. So there is nothing pulling your hair. And a lot of times I prefer a crochet style over an individual braided style. And let me tell you why. Because when you are getting those box braids, whether they be big, small, long, short, whatever, it's pulling small amounts of your hair and you're adding all this other hair. So what that then does, especially, and I've worn them long. I've worn what I call cake braids that go down in my cakes. And so I've done all that. But what happens is that you have a lot of tension on that one piece of hair. And another thing is when they grow out, it begins to get heavier or it pulls more attention. So this is something that I never feel anything ever pulling on my hair. So you don't have any tension when done properly and when done correctly, and somebody is not just yanking your hair out, you know, and snatching your edges. Crochet is a very, very, very good style. And it's also a very healthy style because you can get to the scalp to moisturizing oil. And there is literally, again, I'm going to reiterate, when done properly, you should not have a lot of tension in your hair. Ebony says, so when can I schedule an appointment? Listen, go to this. I'll put the website in here. I'm going to try to see if I can type it. I'll put the website in here where you can go to and book. I will tell you, however, the schedule does book out 2 weeks in advance, but you can always go to Candy, and I'll link her website. Candy, if you are still on here, please link your link on here as well. Candy is a stylist that is in my salon that I have trained, so she knows, and I'm very big on the health of the hair. What are some good headbands or wraps? What like headbands to just push the hair back and wraps as far as scarves? Or let me know what you're talking about, Wanda. Angry Black Mama. Yeah, listen, I'm in my office. I don't have no brush or nothing in here because I'm like, when they mad and they taking all that tension out on you and they braid. Listen, I have, and I'm going to get back to on topic, but I had an aunt, and she's one of my faves, that I used to try to hide because she would braid my hair and she has the smallest fingers and she had nails. And I felt like she was trying to go to the depths of my soul when she was French braiding my hair. Okay. She did all that yanking, the slapping, pulling back. I didn't do braids for a long time because of her. She know I love her, but the depths of my soul. I just couldn't take it. And so it doesn't, with crochet, I generally do not, thank you, Candy. I don't pull tight because you're still going to go underneath that. So I still try to leave a little leeway, but still close enough to where your style lasts you for a while. Okay, so Wanda says, pull back. Listen, I will look into some for you, Wanda. But I don't know. I can't give you one that I think is great. One, like I think Ebony or somebody else put on here the site, the company that makes the hats with the satin in it. And I think the other one is like Graceland or something like that. But you may check their websites and see if they also supply headbands. I think that there is another company. Try looking up satin-lined headbands. Look that up and see if you can find something, and I'll look into it for you as well. Here's another thing. If you're not, I'm going to have newsletters, and I'm going to be doing, if you want to be notified when I do little pop-in videos to kind of talk about things like this, You can go to kkbeauties.com and sign up to be an insider. And I believe that there's another one called chatwithchris.com and sign up to be an insider so you can be notified of this. You can also be on the newsletter. So when I do little blog posts or little impromptu videos showing different things, because as the seasons change, I'm going to go through more information like this to make sure that you are giving your hair the best care and that you're maintaining healthy, long hair. And it doesn't even have to be long. My main concern is that it's healthy and that your scalp is healthy. So those are just a few things. But I wanted to kind of come on here and talk about that. I will sit on here for a second and answer some more of the questions. Yes, Grace Elay. So, Wanda, if you're able to see that, Grace Elay, and what is the other one? Izzy and Liv. They're Black-owned companies, and like I said, they make the satin line bonnets and hats and different things like that. So they may have headbands on there as well, but that's just not something that I am very, very versed in to tell you 100% go with this one. And I'm not going to do that to you. Is there any other questions? So I talked about that one, hydrating and oiling, kind of just piggybacking off the segment that I did. My peoples. Here's another thing. Do not wear your style past its time of wear. Okay? So if I say this crochet lasts you 2 months, please do not hold that crochet. Don't be trying to hold that crochet to the fourth month. Don't do it. Let me tell you why. Same thing with box braids, sew-ins, all of that. All of whatever product that you're putting into it, all of the residue, the dirt, the grime, the sweat, the salt, because you put out salt when you work out and you sweat, it builds up, and it is not good. It is really not good, and it causes a lot of tangling. Thank you, Miss Carolyn. It causes a lot of tangling. So if your style it is stated to wear for 2 months, please don't go past that time. There is very good reason for that. You are doing more harm than you are help. So make sure that you do not wear that at a very extended period of time. So should a hair artist give you a longevity scale? They should be able to tell you like how long this style should carry you for. Like I don't speak for any other stylist, any other hair artist or what have you. I speak for me. I tell my clients, I'm a person that I try to give a lot of information just because it takes both of us to achieve your hair goals. And so I try to give a lot of information and make sure that they are aware and they know. And a lot of them be like, I don't know what you're telling me for because I'm not ever touching my hair. And that's fine, but at least you know, or if there's something that does happen to where they're not able to come into the salon, they then at least know how to take care of their hair in interim, right? So, whatever stylist that you go to, if you're getting a particular style, if they are not telling you, you can ask them, how long should this style last me? What should I be doing for maintenance in regards to this style? And so forth, so on, to make sure that you're getting the best out of your style and you're doing what you're needing to do to make sure that you get the best and the most optimal results with that, right? Again, when can I schedule an appointment? I think Candy put up my link. It's www.stylist.com/Chris Coffee. If you just want to go to my website, there's an option. If you go to chriscoffee.com, there is an option to where it can say book an appointment. You can click on that as well, and I'll get you taken care of. But let me know if you guys have any more questions about that. I just want to make sure that we are doing our best. Again, like I said, there are a lot of things that are coming up, and there will be more of these videos as well as newsletters. And there will be like little videos just for my insiders that will get more information as well as deals on discounts and things that are going on or availabilities that may not be released to the public. They'll get those first. Like I opened up my Saturday and I only did it to my clients first, and I never even got the opportunity to open it up to the public because they took them and ran, and they wasn't even playing with it. So make sure that you go to kkbeauties.com. You can sign up at chriscoffee.com, and I believe you can sign up at chatwithchris.com to make sure that you're on the insider list. To look into the Misty Day Moisturizing Mist to hydrate the hair, that is on chriscoffeebeauty.com. If you're not able to get into my schedule, again, I have a very well-trained stylist by the name of Candy. You can get to her by www.vagaro.com/Chris Coffee Beauty. And I will try to type all of this in. Candy is typing that in for me right now as we speak. But I will try to get all of that in. But if there are no further questions, I'm gonna log off of here. Make sure you guys go sign up so that you can be included on all this and you don't miss out. And as we go into new seasons, you know you'll be ready, because before we enter into, like, we're getting ready to enter into spring, there will be a spring video coming out. So get ready for that. Make sure that you're signed up. And until next time, bye.